What are you looking up? You're looking up something on your phone there?
I'm reading the Daily Mail article on...
That's where you get all your views and opinions from, is it?
No, it's definitely not. It's where I get somebody's views and opinions or some people's views and opinions from. They're often very different to mine. But I'm just reading about Cabell, the Katie Underwood and Belinda Chappell reuniting. The what are they calling it? Sorry, the Daily Telegraph and the Herald Sun are calling it a bombshell reunion. Bardot is back.
Well, are Bardot back? Because it's sort of, I think the thing I saw was like it's half the band, and yes, it's half the band when they went down to 4, I guess, but that was without Katie. So
it's 2 of them. It's Katie Underwood and Belinda Chappell, and they have a single coming out called "Broken Hearted," and it's going to be released on October 15th.
I mean, I guess it's kind of big news. I mean, I guess what's happened is they've been listening to Fruity Alexia and gone, there's something in this whole Bardot thing. Maybe we should get it all happening again. And then gradually, Sally's too busy. And
there definitely is something in this Bardot thing, and there should be a reunion of sorts, but they should really let us produce it, because I can't handle when these people go rogue. For example, the name Cabell. Okay, I mean, so I love Katie and I love Belinda, but I'm not here for this name. You know what it should have been called?
Yeah.
Katie Underwood and Belinda Chappell.
Right.
And then the song is called Broken Hearted. It should be, or I don't know, whichever one of them has 1% more vocals on it, should be Katie Underwood featuring Belinda Chappell, or Belinda Chappell featuring Katie Underwood, or something.
Yeah, because people are going to recognize those two names, right? Whereas... Is it Cabell or Cable?
Okay, so I just went Google. So the reason I landed on the Daily Mail article is because I went Googling. I typed in Cabell, Kabel, and you know what came up? Cable, like cables.
Right, like the thing you plug in your heater with.
Yeah. And it's there's an accountant's firm called Cable.
That's not what you want when you're looking up, a new pop sensation.
No, and it's also a typeface by a German typeface designer.
Oh, right.
So I'm very confusing. I'm very confusing. Sorry, I'm very confused.
I could have told you that,
I'm very confused by this. And I think no. And also, I guess it's a branding thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought you'd be more excited by it.
No, I love them both. I'm super excited about it. But I don't know the name. But I'm super excited about it. And I am, of course, a little bit disappointed that we don't have the other girls joining them, but I do love these girls. So
I thought there'd at least be a Tiffany, because
Me too.
they did that little the version of Poison for the 20th anniversary, whatever it was, over
Sunrise
Zoom.
and the morning show.
Yeah, that's right. And she was there, doing her bits, which arguably it'd be hard to do Poison without Tiffany.
And Tiffany, very quick song. And Tiffany also still sings. She's still teaching singing. So I feel like it's a bit of a miss not to have Tiffany in it. But
I think maybe it's hard to know what goes on behind the scenes of these things. Maybe they asked her and Sophie and Sally, and they were all off gallivanting somewhere else.
It's very possible that they did ask everybody.
I believe Sophie's also had her own little release recently, hasn't she?
I think she's released a new solo single, a very much a turn from what she released with her first debut album, which was, not long after Bardot finished. So that was all very poppy. But this new song is very jazzy and not very jazzy, but it's a jazz style.
Well, we'll have to do once Cabell releases. What's their song called again? Broken Hearted. Once they release that, and we'll have to have a little listen, and then have a listen to Sophie's, and perhaps as we're going through all the Bardot songs, we can have a bit of a chat about what we think.
Are we allowed to play snippets of the songs if it's for critiquing purposes or not?
Oh, we can. There's a fair use clause, or whatever you call it, in the copyright laws in Australia. Yeah.
We can play a smidge and then comment on it.
Yeah. Has there ever been a band that's sort of gotten back together other than, we've discussed Backstreet's Back, their second album. But has there ever been a good reunion?
Well, I think Take That reformed. And they Take That reformed, and they had a pretty good couple of comeback albums in the more recent years, I think. And Gary Barlow put on the Queen's Jubilee, was one of the producers or creative directors for the Queen's Jubilee concert, and they had a couple of singles out once they'd reformed. Also Steps. Steps right now have got a couple of really great songs on.
Do they?
Yeah, they just released a couple of really cool songs. I think they just had a song with Michelle Visage from RuPaul's Drag Race.
All right.
Which was, they've got this great new single, and they look amazing. They sound amazing. Steps are great, and they were also great. I think people underestimate Steps.
Yeah, I certainly do. They were sort of novelty at best, weren't they?
I think they were novelty. I think they were seen as novelty. I think if you listen to them, a couple of those women have incredible voices.
Right, okay.
I'm going to forward you a link for one of their videos, and you can tell me. But I think, they've had some success. I think they've had another number one album.
Is there anyone you think that needs to reform that hasn't then?
Oh, well, actually, just before we go into that, I think Sugar Babes have just reformed, and they're doing stuff. Yep.
What's happening?
So anyone else that I think needs to reform but hasn't? I kind of wish that Victoria did rejoin the Spice Girls and that they did come to Australia, because I would have loved to have gone. But also, I totally respect Victoria for not rejoining because she has other stuff going on.
She's busy with her footwear and
everything,
vegan meals or whatever she is.
Busy with her amazing empire. And I would like it if Bardot, actually all of them came together for something. I think that would be pretty great. But I mean, as if they're
Brisbane
going to.
Olympics, that was our campaign idea, wasn't it? Get them
totally.
to perform.
I mean, we've only got 10 years to get them to start talking to each other again.
Yeah, by that time, Belinda will be 56.
And they'll be ready to, they'll have mended their bridges and they'll finally be ready to talk.
Yeah.
We've just got to get them in the same room together.
Yeah. I mean, the people I'd love to reform were, who were This Beat is Technotronic. Do you remember that song?
No.
This beat is Technotronic. What were they called? Do you not know that song?
Some disastrous 90s thing. No, I don't know what
that
is.
They did Pump Up the Jam as well.
Oh,
were they called Technotronic?
They could have been. I can't remember.
Anyway, the Pump Up the Jam band, which I think randomly they were Scandinavian or something, weren't they? Like all those things, Dr. Alban as well.
That was all like weird Scandi pop. I think it is Technotronic, by the way, that does Pump Up the Jam.
Yeah. So I'd love to see them back. I don't know what they're up to, but it's been a while since 1990.
I'd like to see Bewitched back together. Can you imagine? 4 middle-aged Irish girls let themselves go.
Yeah.
All with like a beer in their hands. Irish dancing on their way down the street from a pub.
I didn't know they were Irish.
Oh, I've made that up. Aren't they Irish? Maybe they are.
Oh, they could be, yeah.
Yeah, because in one of the songs, one of them goes, "Some people say I look like me dad." And it's all like Irish. Some people say I look like me dad. And I think they're Irish. They might not be. I should probably check that out. I tell you what, the amount of things that I have the amount of things that I've misquoted in this podcast is outrageous.
Well, that's half the fun. It's like the good old days before we had Google. You were allowed to make stuff up, and that was a fact, you know.
That's true. Oh, here you go. I'm correct. They are Irish.
Okay. Well, that's
good. And they've got very Irish names. Adele, Kiwi, Lindsay, and Sinead. No, that's not even an Irish accent.
I know. I always shy away from doing accents because it's, it's just embarrassing if I get it wrong. So.
Yep, like that. Exactly like that.
I've got pop quiz for you then.
Yeah, go on, hit me.
Where's Lou Bega from? Mambo number 5.
Oh, a little bit of Monica in my life. Trinidad and Tobago.
Close.
Oh, Turks and Caicos?
No, Germany.
Nothing like that.
Did you know that? Yeah, he was German.
I bought that CD single with you.
Did you?
Yeah, in Melbourne.
How do you remember?
Because I bought 4 CD singles at the same time, and that was one of them.
Oh, this is when we did our school trip to Melbourne, is it? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
right.
I bought that one. I bought Shania Twain, Man, I Feel Like a Woman. I bought Venga Boys, Boom, 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 Boom.
Yeah.
And I think a Madison Avenue single.
The Madison Avenue single rings a bell. I think out of those, probably if I went over to your house, it was probably the one I wanted to listen to the most, I reckon.
I love Madison Avenue. And you know what? I read a rumour that when Bardot folded, Belinda Chappell was going to replace the woman singer in Madison Avenue.
Oh, right.
That would have been cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they were great. I mean, I still like that song, Don't Call Me Baby.
I feel like there's an opportunity there. In fact, I think we should maybe get Andy Van, who was the DJ from Madison Avenue.
Right.
He should do like a new track for Bardot.
Well, get him on the phone, quick.
Just find his phone number,
Yeah. Oh, well, it's all very big news anyway for any Bardot fans. I mean, out of all of them, it's those two that have caught up, and I wouldn't have picked it. But so that's, it'll be interesting to see how it turns out, I think.
Anytime I get to see Katie Underwood especially, but also I love Belinda together, I'm excited about this. I wish Tiffany had done it, and I wish Sally and Sophie, of course, but it's nice to see Sophie's got a single out, and, we hope that they all do well with what they're bringing out, and hope
good luck
to them. Yeah, good luck to them with their new directions.
Isn't that such a patronising phrase? Good luck to them.
We wish them all the best.
Yeah. Now, we have a little Instagram where you can follow us at Fruity Alexia Podcast.
Yeah.
I can never remember this. Is it pod or podcast? Is it just Fruity Alexia, or is that
Fruity Alexia Podcast?
Okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure there are some other Fruity Alexias on there that might be a bit iffy if you follow them. So make sure, it's the bright pink words Fruity Alexia.
Can't miss it.
Yeah. And, there's other things you can subscribe. There's a little Acast page in our description where you can flick us a little donation just to, keep me in the coffee and tea and chips that I am accustomed to.
Coffee, tea and chips particularly.
Yeah. And I think we're going to go away and record one of our big episodes next. So shall we hop to it?
Hop to it. Let's do it.
Okay, let's hop to it then.